In light of the holiday season, I thought it'd be nice to talk about how giving thanks before we eat can actually improve your digestion. So many times in America, we are in such a hurry and we are eating on the run. We may get home late from work and we're starving, and so we just are standing up and go through the pantry and rip open a bag of chips and start making dinner, and we're just eating standing up. Or maybe we're in our car and it's full of friends or family and we're going through a drive-through and driving in traffic and still eating. And all of that is not ideal for the best digestion. And because the reason is you're still in your sympathetic nervous system at that time. And I'm sure you've all heard of parasympathetic or sympathetic, which is the fight or flight stage, whereas parasympathetic is rest and digest. And I wanted to just kind of show you some of the qualities that happen when we're in those two states, and why it is so important that when we sit down to have a meal and we can take a breath and relax and perhaps give thanks, that gives our brain time to slow down, and it gives our brain, it's called the cephalic stage of digestion, that allows us to smell the food, think about the food we're going to eat, which allows our saliva to start to take place. And I wanted to show you the difference between the parasympathetic state, which is ideal for digestion, versus the sympathetic state. So I just wrote down a few on here. So for instance, when we're in the parasympathetic state, we actually stimulate saliva, versus the sympathetic state, when we're eating on the run or standing up and moving around, we actually are inhibiting our saliva at that time, because the body, if you recall, is ready to just go at once. Quick action if it needs to get out of a dangerous situation. So it's not thinking about digestion. It wants to reserve all of its energy for you to be able to flee a situation or respond quickly if need be. Parasympathetic, our heart rate slows down, heartbeat. Sympathetic, it's increasing. Parasympathetic, we're stimulating our stomach secretion, so that's going to aid in further digestion and is really important. Whereas the sympathetic, we are inhibiting stomach activity. Furthermore, stimulating gallbladder contraction with the parasympathetic, which is really important if we have fatty foods, for instance, because that extra bile is going to help us break down and emulsify the fats. And over here again, we have the gallbladder. It is inhibiting the contraction of extra bile. And lastly, parasympathetic stimulates movement in the intestines of the food, and the sympathetic is inhibiting that movement. And so often I hear this from clients who are saying, I eat and nothing seems like it's moving, like it just sticks. And part of our discussion is, okay, are you eating on the run? Are you seated when you're eating? Are you calm? Are you watching something stressful on TV or the news? And so really just circling back to wanting to take a moment, and I was just wanting to touch upon the benefit of giving thanks to improve your digestion before meals. And that could be even thanks for all the blessings you have or for the food you're about to eat.